All right. So here is our next entry here in the creator's diary. And this is where I'm going to share with you the struggles, the wins, the things we're working on, the things that are frustrating us. And it's going to be a diary that we're going to be able to go back and look at. And hopefully you can learn from it or at least see the inner workings of a six-figure and soon to be seven-figure business, even though on the front, it might look like everything's either working or things aren't working. And you might want to know a little bit of the behind the scenes. So that's what these are for. So, yes, last week we struggled with views once again. But I will say, and I'll get into all of the ins and outs of like what really worked, but we were able to still generate over $17,490 in 30 days from a channel that the views have dropped significantly. We actually shared that on a live stream yesterday. We do a live stream every single Monday on Live Video School, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And we shared that our views have gone down, but our revenue was actually pretty good. And people were like, I think I like it more that you're getting less views now and you're still showing how you're generating more than most creators because of what you're doing. And I was like, that's interesting because you would think people that are following you, they want a lot of views, but our whole I guess attitude and mindset has shifted to really more about the quality of the audience and the audience that we're attracting. We don't need a massive audience. And I'll get into that here in a second. So does it hurt when, and does it sting when your views were, 100,000, 200,000, you were averaging 5,000 views a video? Does that hurt now that you're getting 300, 500 views, maybe 800 views? Yeah, it does. It actually does. I'm not going to sit here and say it doesn't, but you have to keep reminding yourself, which we're doing, and saying, like, yeah, but what are the leads coming in and the quality of those leads? Are they potential clients that are going to pay you $3,000, $5,000, $10,000? And once you understand that, then you're like, oh, yeah, well, if I got 10 leads a day, that'd be great. That'd be really good because one of those could turn into a client. So it does depend on what you're selling, what you're offering. We are offering coaching services of where we're helping people install what we call our steady leads flywheel. All right. And that's what we're doing. All right. So the struggle that I wanted to share with you, and I'm cheating here, is just about how the content that we published last week, it didn't hit. But it doesn't matter because we still got leads from it. And I mean, didn't hit. It didn't get 1,000 views. We're really shooting for right now to get 500 views in the first 24 hours and then 1,000 views. That's our goal. That's our new target. We were going for 1,000 views, then 3,000 views, then 5,000 views, but we've changed that. And I think depending on where you are, you have to kind of look and give yourself these benchmarks. And that's what we're doing. Now, what are we going to do to fix that? And you might be wondering, Scott, that 17,490, how did you guys make that money? I'm going to share with that because that's a huge win for us. And there's another win I want to share with you. But I want to just share with you what we're going to do to fix this. I'm looking down because I want to see my notes here. So right now we are still, even though our views are down, we're posting Monday. We're doing a live stream. Tuesday, here I am on a creator's diary. So this is very simple. I just jump in the car or go out by the pool. Today it's raining. Obviously, it seems like every time I do these creators diary entries, it's raining. I don't know. Maybe that just means that there's a black cloud over my head. No, I'm not that. I'm not that kind of guy that's like, man, everything we do just doesn't work. We could sit here and cry about like not getting views, or we can just try to fix it. That's what we're going to do. The sun will come out. The sun will come out. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is a video that we post. Thursday, off day. And then Friday is another video that goes out. Saturday, no video. Sunday, podcast episode, video podcast. So that's what, 5 days a week. One of those days is a live stream. That's on Monday. And you might be saying, well, Scott, that's a lot of content, man. I don't know how I would be able to do that. And I'm not saying that you have to do that. We didn't start that way. But what I will say is we have been using our little 1 hour content creation hack. And I've been doing that for years. And I just started to apply it to this business, the Live Video School channel. And that is where we basically do our live stream. Our live stream becomes 2 to 3 additional videos. And we did a whole video on this. You can actually look it up on our last live stream, actually 2 live streams ago. I can also link it up in the description. But if you want to watch that, we actually break down that content strategy. But through this entire thing on how we are putting out these videos, there's one important thing that we're doing in every video. And it doesn't matter if it gets 200 views, 500 views, 1,000 views. There's got to be something in there that is in every single video. And you might be wondering what that is. Well, that is a call to action that is going to give someone something for free in exchange for their email address. All right. That is a lead. Okay. So every video is going to have a mention of that. Now, once in a while, like on these creator video diaries here, I might miss one. But in this case, I'm going to give you one right now. So I'm talking about that. I'm saying like leads are our number one focus, not views, leads, right? So if a video gets 200 views and if we get 10 leads, 50 leads, that's great. But how do you get those leads? Well, it's what we call our steady leads flywheel. And it's just like this right here. I'm going to share with you a free resource. If you want to see how we install that steady leads flywheel in our own business, and now we're helping other coaches and course creators and business owners do this. If you would like to see that, I have a full 2-hour training that I shared with about 38 coaches, and I taught it to them in a 2-hour window. If you want access to that recording, it's not here right now on YouTube, but if you want that, just go ahead and comment leads. All right, just comment leads down below, and I'll send you that. All right, I'll give you access to that training and it'll walk you through the entire process. And what I just did there is part of the strategy. So I'm creating this video right now. I am bringing the attention to how important leads are. And I just happen to have a training that talks about leads. See how that works? So that's also what we're helping our clients with. All right, which leads me to a huge win. So last week, I believe it was last Tuesday, I mentioned how, I think it was the last Tuesday's Creator's Diary, is where I mentioned that we were almost sold out of our cohort. We were going to have up to 10 people go through this new beta program, this cohort, and it's a 6-week program. And we actually sold it out. We filled our last spot. And that was an amazing thing because we thought, maybe we'll get 6 people. It's a more expensive program. You're going to work with us for 6 weeks. Every single week we're going to meet, sometimes a couple times a week. And we're going to help install that steady leads flywheel and the content machine in their businesses. We're going to help them. We're going to work right along with them. Well, we sold out the last spot. I think it was while I was on, I had a few people that I was communicating with and one person snagged it. And so then we sold it out. So that's a huge thing for us. We were like, yes, we get to work with 10 amazing business owners, and we set out to hit that goal, and we did it. And so we were really, really happy with that. Now we're going to work with them, hopefully get testimonials from them, and then we'll start talking about our next cohort, which, by the way, if you are a business owner, a coach, a course creator, a consultant, and if you would like information about that, you can just email us, scott@livevideoschool.com, and just request information about the cohort, because I can give you more information on that. Okay, but you got to be up and running as a business. It's not for people that are just beginners. So I'll just say that right up front. All right, so that's that. Posting consistently, even though the views might not be there. That's a big one, guys. That's a big one. I could have said last week, Scotty, let's just stop posting. Let's just stop. No, we're just going to keep posting. Here I am today posting this. This might get 200 views, might get 300 views. Okay, it might get 1,000 views, but might only get 200. That's okay. The 200 of you that are watching this, thank you. And I'm speaking to you directly right now. So there's power in that. All right. And there's connection in that. All right. So that's that. And then the win, how did we get to $17,490? Well, we had that cohort, which was about 15,000 of that. And then we had $2,000 plus that came in from additional payments that people were paying us for some of our other coaching, some of our other courses. So there was that. And that's not even counting AdSense money, which was only about $350. Okay. So those are the wins. I got one other thing that I'm doing though, that I'm really excited about. And that's one thing that I said as we're going into this new direction and we're pivoting who we're targeting, I got to get in front of those people. And that's like you have to get in front of your audience. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going to be hosting a live virtual summit. All right. And what I'm doing is I'm reaching out to other coaches and I'm asking them, would you like to be a speaker for my summit? Now they're going to want to speak because they're going to get in front of other people, other people's audiences that are of coaches. So this is a great way for you to share a stage with other coaches. But for me as a facilitator, now I'm getting a connection with all of these people because I'm going to jump on and record their session with them. And then that's going to air in the virtual summit. So that's another thing that we're doing right now. So it hasn't launched yet. I think September 9th through the 11th, which I'll be emailing my list. And if you are on the list, you'll hear about that. But it's a great strategy. And it's a great strategy just to get connected in that world or the audience that you want to be a part of. And for me, I want to be a part of coaches and course creators and consultants. And that's how we're going to do it. So that's another thing that I'm excited about. And I think it's a huge win because I'm already getting a lot of great conversations with a lot of different people. And it's going to turn out really, really good. I know it is. So that's what we're doing. So that's today's Creator's Diary entry number 3. I believe it's 3. Hopefully it is. And hopefully this helps you see that there's some wins, there's some losses or some struggles. And it's a thing that you got to get used to as being an entrepreneur. It's the roller coaster of being an entrepreneur. It's not going to go away. I've been doing this now for over 17 years and it never goes away. You're always going to have these feelings of, it's not going to work. It's not worth it. Should I do this? And you got to listen to that voice and say, hey, I'm not listening to you right now. I'm not going to do it. All right. And just keep pushing on. But the one thing I'll leave you with is you got to post consistently. And here's the deal. People struggle with that. And that's why I would recommend that you watch this video right here that breaks down that 1-hour content strategy. Watch that video next. I'll see you there.